This is all you need to know. Once upon a time, there will be a boy who lives in the bowels of a space station, who finds love and a guardian to watch over him. But this is not that time. This is a time before. A time before a golden man was sent to find a lost prince. A time before the castle crumbled and the royals were put to the sword. One and all, welcome to the fall of Elsinore.
Previously on Follow the Leader.
A prominent leader in the highest echelon of the city is accused of a terrible crime. What did they supposedly do, and how are they punished? Hey, Kales. What is it? Nah, I can't do it that way. I don't want to do it that way.
Jade?
Yeah?
I was thinking it too.
Okay, so it is going to be Meridian then.
Yeah.
Right.
I was thinking, oh god, that's gotta be Meridian.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was going to be Hyde.
Ooh. Also
Ooh.
really interesting. So yeah, I do like the brighter the light, the darker the shadows, because that's a dangerous game to play as well. Like, it's so dangerous to get to that part of the moon.
Yeah.
Like, and the precautions you have to take. And like, also, what if there's like a horrifying like solar wind or something and one of these panels gets ripped up? You're just gonna then cook. So
They're not the Church of the Lightless Flame because they're not looking for perpetual dark.
no.
Right.
No,
They want to be able to turn the lights back on. And one night they're there and they can't turn the lights back on. And it is very, very scary to be in a place where there isn't any light. So
Yeah.
they're not going to stay there. What use is there in darkness if you can't turn the lights back on?
Oh, maybe this happens. Like, there's the issues with the synthetics, but maybe like people lose faith. Maybe it's lost faith in something. Maybe it's in the reticulum itself, because it calls into question that. Because like, this is the assistant of the person that built it, and it's like it casts doubt on that. Maybe its communication gets harder because people don't want to talk. You know?
Oh, yeah?
Like, people become more closed off. It's just like, okay, so is there like, what's happening? And people just like, because of that level of mistrust that's going on, and now this main way of communication has been called into question. Because I imagined it was just trying to put out, look, no. Because she's just like, look, it wasn't sabotage. There was a loophole in the system that people broke. It's just like, there was a loophole in the system. People were doing what now? So that's what it is. It's like, people don't want the reticulum back. Or people start to question whether they want it back.
Like, it's rebuilding it from our end. So, you know, like, she has people that she knows that can be trusted to do this, and that are like building that core, like that core feeling of trust and respect with the other people, like the other citizens, to be like, hey, we're working together because this affects all of us. And so she gets like people from all walks of life, like throughout the city, to be able to work towards this, so they can all have that common goal uniting them.
That's real good.
And I can't say it was me who did it.
Rip.
Exactly.
We now return to your game, already in progress.
So, I don't know what I want to throw my shit behind at this point.
Is it trying to help other people get free of the reticulum? Is there an interest in the bunkers and the parts of the city that are condemned?
My impulse is to say it's the revolt.
Sure.
Because that's very him.
And that's still going on. Like,
Yeah, that's still happening. And I wonder if part of it is, I think, because he's, like, genuinely, like, if the revolt is gonna be against the police force, or the quote-unquote police force, or whatever, he kind of wants in on that. This is a dumbass. I think he's mostly just gonna go check it out, though. So I'm gonna drop my thing there. I think he's, like, partially, like, checking it out to see if it's, like, against the police, and then if it's, like, with... If it's, like, against, like, his family, like, it's like he can kind of make a plan from there. Like, what's the best course of action? You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I think makes the most sense for him. Final hours. An underground group within the city starts recruiting angry citizens for a private militia. What is their cause and who is their leader? Is this just the revolt?
Is this just Meridian takes over?
Meridian accidentally leads the revolt? No, I don't think it's Meridian.
Oh wait, what's his face? Paul Bettany.
Oh, Linwood?
I was thinking Linwood, but how old is Linwood in Flotsam that he would be able to lead a revolt in Elsinore?
A young, charismatic man. There's precedent. This is what we said. This was 27 years ago from present timeline.
27 years from Uneven Orbits, which means it's 21.
20 years from Flotsam. Yeah, you could. And like Paul Bettany's in his mid-40s. And we never expressly said how old Linwood Drayton was, just that he was played by Paul Bettany.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as I'm not like retconning
We're messing up our own timeline. I mean, we should be fine.
As long as I'm not fucking anything up by saying that a 5-year-old is in charge of a revolution.
Yeah, no. A charismatic dude in his early 20s, because absolutely.
It's defo Linwood. I looked at this and I was like, this is Linwood. And then I was like, wait a second. Is Linwood of an age?
No, Linwood's not the same age as Davy, because he like became like he was like, I will be a protector and a right hand to you when Davy was like 20 something, you know. So it was just like, I will help raise you because you have no one to guide you.
So my only thing with Linwood being the leader is that he would have led a revolution and then left.
Well, we know that he lost control of that gang once because Sol took it over.
Yeah, and then we had said that, like, or we insinuated the idea that he was partially behind the fall of Elsinore.
Yes. See, that, I'm not saying that shouldn't be still true.
Right, and so, I mean, like, this doesn't have to be, like, a big public thing. Like, this is still something that's underground. This is still a private and subtle cause at this point, you know, when this starts forming.
Oh,
no.
God.
Yes,
What?
Kales?
Oh, God. If Meridian's getting involved with this revolt, Meridian knows Linwood, huh?
Yes, Kales?
That would be true, yes.
Kales, does Meridian leave Andreas with Linwood when he
No,
gets kicked off the station?
absolutely
Okay.
not. No.
Then in which case, Linwood comes after Meridian leaves.
Ooh. That's
Yes.
so
Being like,
interesting
I was friends with your cousin.
Oh my god! This is some dramatic shit. Okay, so Linwood's the leader.
What I'm saying more is that, like, they were friends, and something goes horribly wrong, and Meridian goes, oh, fuck no.
Meridian's aunt dies.
Yeah, well, no, because I think that the thing about it is that Meridian's not necessarily, like, against the revolt,
Right.
but his family takes precedent over, like he's not thinking about it in terms of, like, oh, we're gonna, like, when his aunt dies, he doesn't see it as, like, we're killing, like, a corrupt queen or whatever. He sees it as, you just murdered my family. Like,
Yeah, because that's your
not cool.
motive. That's literally your motive, is to protect your family.
Yeah. And it says protect the leaders, but it doesn't
yes.
have, it's not political. He
Yes.
doesn't have a political motivation here. He doesn't give a shit about politics. I mean,
Yeah.
he does give a shit about politics. That's canon. But like, he doesn't give so much of a shit about. He's the revolt thing he joins because he thinks that it's going to be against corrupt police.
So is that the cause then? It's just like against people like Hyde who are trying to form their own private groups and make money.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's a faction of this revolt that breaks off and contributes to the fall of the royal family, though, because
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, sure.
But the faction ends
Yeah.
up taking the most power in this situation, because otherwise, what would have happened? Like, because otherwise, like, the royal family wouldn't have fallen necessarily. I mean, abolish the monarchy, but you know what I mean.
Right.
And I feel like this works because if Linwood was responsible directly for the death of the family, because of that friendship with Meridian Martin, you can leave, and Meridian gets off planet but managed to spirit away Davy Jane.
Yeah.
Like,
We
and
will-
like Meridian could have stayed to fight Linwood, but he had to look after Andreas.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And
It's
yeah.
good.
so I do think that there's multiple it's like a cooperative leadership sort of thing.
Oh, a co-op revolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I don't necessarily think that it's like I don't think yet it's Linwood in charge.
They're like both young lieutenants or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Oh, that needs to be an aspect.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could just be a growing. That could literally just be a growing militia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Under safety.
Good shout.
Okay, so just a way for there to be a revolt that does hurt the royal family. Hyde's first thing was that he pretended to be someone else to try to exploit a group of people who were breaking the law.
It's good. It's a thing.
That even though people are... Well, because also the royal family smoothed over the view of the public of the police force. So, like, angry citizens becoming a private militia could conceivably be directed towards the royal family over the guard.
I like that. As a, for want of a nail, like the right person nudging a group the right way that are angry enough. Just like, I know you think you're angry at these people, but have you considered this is where your problems are coming from? Like, no, I like that a lot.
So what's the final word on what's happening with this? Their cause and their leader.
It could be hide under a guise.
Hide under a guise is good. Hide under a guise, Linwood. Meridian's around there somewhere.
The Meridian doesn't know that it's the same person.
That's so
No.
good.
No. Meridian
That's
has
real
no
good.
idea.
So where does this go?
This is definitely under safety, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Huh. How can we trust anyone? It's right there. It's, amusingly enough, if Hyde's involved, the fact that it's next to synthetics are the only ones who can be trusted to be purely truthful is very good. And that makes it interesting if Hyde, under this guise, has had to recruit Linwood to be a mouthpiece because Hyde can't lie, but you can mislead. But if you need somebody to spout some lies...
Hyde Robb recruits a young firebrand named Linwood Drayton.
That's so good.
That's really good.
Is it me?
Yes.
All right.
You're next on the list.
Okay. Where am I putting this die? Oh, I mean, she is the type.
What is it?
I'm really tempted to have Juniper get involved in that underground group because.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, also, I was fully expecting Juniper to not get out of this game if need be. Juniper thinking the group is one thing could be real interesting, and being caught up in that.
Yeah, that's real good.
I need to decide quickly what her motivation is for being there, though, because then there's success involved. I think she wants to find out what this group's motivation is, like what is going on with them. And,
that's very much what Meridian is trying to do too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
All right. So that's where she is at.
All right. Oh, God.
The city begins openly punishing citizens in public places for any criticisms leveled against its leaders. What interesting way have citizens been anonymously voicing their criticisms, and what is the unique punishment should anyone be caught?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Well, that ties in kind of neatly to what we're just currently doing.
Yeah. Yup.
Okay. Question becomes here, is leaders the royal family, or is leaders here people speaking up against the royal guard and the police?
We know that the revolt is specifically against the royal family. Because that's what Linwood is pushing at Hyde's bequest. So it could be that this, to kind of galvanize that. It is the city guard, but they're doing it to people who criticize the family.
What if this stuff's going on and publicly Hyde is just like comes up with this thing, just like this, we have to get down on this, we have to stop it, and just like feed into the group, it's okay, we have somebody on the inside of the guards, it'll look bad, but we're going to get you off planet or whatever, or we'll put you in the bunkers.
This double agent bullshit. I hate this.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Okay, so maybe, oh my god, people are fucking ways to broadcast onto the reticulum.
Oh my god.
They have Juniper there.
Oh my god.
So
Pirate radio.
yeah, rather than the radio, who needs a radio when you can directly broadcast into people? It's like almost like directional pulses. Like you're not connected to the network, but it's like Bluetooth. Like you walk past and you can literally just like dead drop a message to somebody.
This is fucking the riot starts, except sci-fi.
Well, okay. So what is the unique punishment should anyone be caught?
Could be.
I have some weird ass body horror shit. Well, mind fuckery shit.
Oh boy, it could be. It's a unique punishment. What if it is? You need to work off your debt to society, but we can't have you be going down to bounty and getting involved in all that. So how about you join a special regiment of the guard?
Oh no, that's very good. And under like the most vigorous supervision from the trusted guards.
Yeah, members of the revolutionary militia are recruited into the guard under the guise of punishment.
Mm-hmm. That's real good.
This is fine. Yeah.
This is fine. Okay,
this is like, this is great
fine.
because Fatima doesn't know any of this. I'm just like,
Okay.
uh-huh.
So this aspect, now this is the Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Oh, we hit it. Oh, we hit it. Yup.
Okay, so text. I'm just going to put this under safety. So this is our Trojan horse. All right, that's me.
Yep, that's you. That's you, all right.
That's you, all right.
All right.
Zachary. You have all these fun things that we just set in motion that you can put dice on.
I'm sitting here going like, what do I focus on?
This is. Can I throw a quick reaction in here for this? Because there's no way that Meridian doesn't know about this, right?
Well, yeah. This is it's a public punishment.
Yeah, it's a public punishment, so he knows about this. So he's kind of like, this ain't good. This ain't good. I don't like this.
I think you see where the wind is blowing.
Yeah, Aunt Fatima, this is bad.
I don't think he's going to go directly to his aunt, but I think he is going to think about what he's going. I think he's thinking about Andreas specifically. He's like, if nothing else, I'm taking the baby.
Trading oceans go well with other communities in order to obtain resources for Demeter's Spire. Oh, no. I'm gonna get involved in that.
Oh no.
No, take your hands off of it.
You know, there's things are going strangely in Elsinore, and I need to shore up those trade agreements.
I hate this guy. It's great. I need to up my playing unpleasant people game.
This guy's worse. Also, he's the bearer of the bright blade, which hasn't come up. Probably won't. It's a lightsaber.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Yes.
I mean, why shouldn't it be?
And why shouldn't it be?
Zach, you're my favorite.
Here's my story card. Thank you. Terrible pollution within the city has poisoned a basic necessity: food, water, air, etc. What is now in short supply and why? Well, I think it would be food, right? And there's only one place left to get food in Elsinore.
Yes. Because it's either that or the city goes dark.
That's also interesting.
What if, with that, they say it's terribly polluted? Like hiding his private security people.
So they have all of these new people to feed.
Yeah, but really, there's also, like, they can sell off the food because it's in short supply. But it's not. Mm-hmm. They're just saying
could be that
it is.
that we put a blockade on food coming up from bounty. Mm-hmm. So they've been poisoning the food that's coming up.
Oh, that's good.
Because there's been unrest stirring down there for
we
long
can't
time.
trust the food that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What if they chose to abandon us? We would starve.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the people are hungry and being forced to pay out for this. There is a growing revolutionary group whose rage is being directed towards the royal family. There are revolutionaries within the royal guard.
Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff's happening.
A lot of stuff is
happening, and amidst it all, there's a tiny little 4-year-old baby Andreas.
Wee babby.
A wee little bab. My turn. I'm gonna first and foremost focus on the food crisis again. Mm-hmm. Just definitely, she's probably trying to organize a trip down onto Bounty for herself to go see what's going on. And meanwhile, working on trying to get a ration set up, which kind of does play into Hyde's plan a little bit. But she doesn't know that. Mm-hmm. Doing what she can to try and fix that. And, I think her biggest plan would be to make a trip down to Bounty if she can, to see what's up with that. I see the card. It's there. Here we go. Where'd my card go? I flipped it.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no.
The culture of Icarus has changed. What are people doing now that they weren't before, and how is it impacting the city?
Well, they're talking for one,
And they're lying.
and they're lying.
Yeah. Yes.
How can we trust anyone?
Just points to truth does not equal trust.
Mhm.
Yep.
Time to resolve. So chaos.
All right, I have an actual scene here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, our first scene. Actual scene.
Yeah, which I think is Meridian going to talk to his aunt because she's planning this trip down to Bounty, and things are getting very, very tense.
She's gonna bring some of her royal guards with her. It's gonna be fine.
It's going to be fine, but Meridian wants to go talk to her about a contingency. Just in case something goes wrong, he is going to, I mean, he's gonna, like, very carefully, like, make sure, I mean, how can you tell if no one is listening if with the reticulum that is not working, but also not working?
I imagine you could do, like, in the way that you can do, like, with mobile phone signals now. Like, privacy bubbles and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm gonna imagine that he's going to take her into a privacy bubble of some kind.
I was like, they
because he
probably have one within the palace, like a room that is cut off.
Yeah, they're rich enough to afford it.
Yeah.
And he's going to go to her and he's going to say, there are things happening that I don't like. They make me uneasy. And I want you to know that if anything were to happen, I'm going to protect Andreas with my life.
Andreas is the future of Elsinore, so just make sure he's safe.
I will. If this all goes south, he is my top priority. I will see no harm come to him.
And at that point, she would probably, like, reach out and put her hand, gentle little face touch, and then pull him into a hug.
Oh, he will hug her so tight. Sweet boy. And he's like, you actually see, like, a teenager. Not like he's 18, he's trying really hard to be like an adult, but there's nothing about him that's grown up, right? So he's, like, trying really hard, but he's, like, still, like, he's not mature. I mean, he is mature, but he's not fucking ready for this.
No. Especially, yeah.
But
Everything
it's
that
so
can
important.
happen.
So, alright. So, what does a success look like here?
Where are you? Which one is yours?
The stirrings of a revolt coming to
Okay.
life, which has seriously escalated since I placed that die down.
Yep.
Yup. It's fun times in the house of me. Alright, what does a success look like here? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I was planning on considering it more before everything escalated, and not that it's necessarily a bad thing that it all escalated, but hey, Zach.
Yes.
Since you're also involved in this revolt thing, what are you thinking about for your resolution?
For which thing?
Because you were doing trade stuff, right?
Yes, the trade that I would be making is basically changing all of the names on all the trade agreements from the royal family to the kingdom of Elsinore.
Okay, I forgot what happened. I forgot that you the thing about the gangs was cards that were drawn and not necessarily dice that were
Dice.
placed.
No, yeah, my dice is on trade agreement.
I wonder if success looks like Meridian being able to find the mole, or the double agent, as it were, and being able to know who it is that's going to be causing him problems in the future. I think that makes the most sense, because the rest of it has escalated so far that, like he's not going to be able to, if he, or maybe a success here is he finds out the true intentions here.
I like that.
Let's see. Random side. That's
Ooh.
a 6.
Hell yeah.
So yes, And so that freaks him out, because now he knows that there are people that are in the guard now who are
Anti the royal family.
Yeah, who are, and who are actually sincerely dangerous. And so now he's like, oh shit, I have to actually consider a plan of get the fuck out of here and get Andreas out.
And you can use the opportunity of the Queen's visit to Bounty with some of her guard as the chance to leave.
Yeah, which I think makes the most sense and that's
yeah,
why he wanted to go
stage.
talk to her before she left, to be like, listen, if it all goes wrong, I don't think he necessarily knows at that point yet, but
Right.
he's worried about it, and he goes, if everything goes wrong, basically what I'm saying as the player is that she will die knowing that her son will be safe.
Yes.
Because Meridian will die before he lets Andreas die.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the most important thing to me, is that she knows
Yes.
it will all be fine. So,
Nice.
that's my resolution.
All right. So, Juniper has gotten involved in this underground militia revolt, is surrounded by this rhetoric. I think, because Juniper's priority is the people at the end of the day. And this occurred to me when I was off away from my computer for a second. Given what we know about Minos and the fact that it's all about citizens, and it's really making me think about the role of synthetics in this society, and how if Juniper finds out about Hyde's involvement specifically, because regardless on the general feeling about whether synthetics are the only ones who can be trusted because they can't lie, and trust involves more than truth, but I think her position that you are supposed to be a servant of the people. We protect the people, and you are only protecting yourself by trying to get rich and get rid of the royal family. So I think success in this for Juniper is finding out that Hyde is pulling the strings behind this group. God, I really would like to succeed on this role.
Wouldn't we all like to succeed on our roles?
Oh, I'm really scared now. Oh, holy
That's a
shit!
6.
Yes.
I like
Boom.
this that people, Meridian and Juniper, are both finding out these people who are involved, and yet it still is going to happen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because the
it's
thing
too
about it
late
is
to
that
stop.
Meridian
Yeah.
isn't necessarily I found out about this, I'm going to try and stop it. Meridian, it's I found out about this, so I'm going to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, and I think especially it would hold true for Juniper as well. Is that it's more of how to stop the aftermath from spreading. Again, the tower is built too high, and it's going to fall. It's just a matter of damage control afterwards, and I think that adheres to both of them. Would be damage control after, and reducing the number of casualties.
Yeah.
I got an idea for this
Ooh.
kind of Juniper.
Hell yes.
Jade, rather.
Both work in this instance.
What if Juniper starts looking into the construction of a PARA unit, a personnel acquisition and reclamation android?
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
What if it was never sent by anyone who wished Davy harm?
Okay, that also ties in real well with stuff that Mab and I were talking about.
This is very good. Because that becomes interesting if Juniper's interest in getting Davy Jane back is just to help the people of Elsinore.
Mm-hmm.
This is very good.
That's
Well,
delightful and distressing.
It'll come to when the tower falls, but we've still got other dice rolls to do. So,
2 more dice rolls.
There's
Yeah.
2 more.
Zach.
So success for Mr. Sir Ra.
Sarah.
Sir Ra. Okay, Sir Ra is when if this works out, he will have basically laid the groundwork for a new regency to handle all trade through with other sovereign entities.
You motherfucker.
And he does.
Oh my god.
You
Holy shit!
There's so many successes.
Hyde Ra, Captain, first knight of Elsinore, successfully changes all trade deals, past and present, written.
I just realised I hadn't done an asset. So quickly write that in. Not asset, aspect.
I was gonna say, wait a second, I think that's a different game.
Yep, nope. I'm just getting like retrieve the asset. Nope, that's not. Basically, Juniper's busted him. Is the aspect? It's just sort of like.
And he still gets away with doing this anyway.
Well, it's like if you imagine these things happening concurrently, like it becomes super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Ms. Raylands, you can. I suppose you could go public with this, but I'm already on the trade deals.
Oh, I'm gonna add the aspect. She is watching the Watchmen.
Very cool.
I'm just gonna just put this over here by Zach. There we go.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, it's hard to say, because I think regardless of the result of the dice, I don't know if she would have a return trip.
I think either way there isn't a return trip.
Right, I think if the success in this case, because she's focusing on making sure that good food can come back to Bounty. Like, at this point, like, her concern is the status of the food. So her success is, hey, whatever is happening, like, even if there was a stop on trade coming in, because people were getting paranoid about what was coming in from Bounty because of this rumor or the truth that was being spread, the food is able to come back. So that's her success, is that the food flow starts up again from Bounty up to Elsinore. Drum roll, please, everybody. A 6.
Yes.
Wow.
What the fuck?
I don't
So
know. That's 4 6s in a row, which is
I'm literally
really
about to
weird.
tweet about how sometimes online tower rules fail you.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Your Highness, Your Majesty.
I don't like the way he said that.
It's like, well, excuse you, it is your Majesty.
I was always going to suggest that this would be the optimal place for an assassination to attempt to occur.
Yes, I think, like, especially as the cards started playing out and the conversation with Meridian, it all just made sense. And at this point, like, again, it wasn't a matter of stopping it. Like, Meridian could have stopped her, you know, because he found out what was happening. But instead, it was, my concern is this child, and making sure that the baby gets, you know, the innocent child gets out of it okay.
Meridian can't be in two places at once, and I think he will live with that guilt for the rest of his life. But the baby did nothing wrong.
The baby didn't. So here's what I think. I do think that the guards come up back to Elsinore and they don't have the queen. And I think they say that she was killed by the insurgents on Bounty. But you rolled a 6.
Yes! Give me this shit, give me this shit, give me this shit!
Lay it out for us.
So maybe she doesn't come back, but maybe somewhere out there, Davy Jane still has a mom.
Oh, no.
It's a big planet, a lot of water, boats.
A lot of water.
I like that. We'll never know. And the dad dies anyway. Who knows? He hasn't been in this
dad,
game at all.
The dad is... Oh, no. The dad dies while you're gone.
Yes.
There is, unfortunately, an attack on the palace, and the king is unfortunately murdered by these revolutionaries. They used blaster pistols, and that, of course, is why the wounds have that bright blade kind of look to them.
It's definitely not because of a lightsaber.
Not because of a lightsaber.
Definitely not.
Because that is copyrighted.
Yes.
Where is the bitter end card?
It's right at the bottom underneath.
It's that black.
the
All right,
one
I'm
with the
getting
black.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
getting
gonna
it.
say,
Yeah.
that was
Dig
what
it
I was
out.
gonna...
Yeah, we never, the tower never fell.
Technically, according to the rules, if the tower doesn't fall, you have to go find more D6s and play until it does.
Yeah, technically.
Incredible.
I think
Icarus,
poetically this works, yeah.
So, when the tower falls...
Icarus.
When the tower falls.
Icarus is a shadow of the city it once was. The tower falls.
What caused the tower to collapse? What happened to your character in the aftermath? What became of the civilization after its fall?
Well, the ground around the minerals, the planet, the moon itself was already unstable around the spire. It got too tall, and I think the weight on the unstable mineral is probably what caused the tower to collapse. The literal tower.
The actual spire.
Yes, the spire itself. It does fall, but that's okay, because the people who were exploiting us are gone, and, well, all of the trade agreements still say the independent kingdom of Elsinore. So we still can get our food because we have the Lord Regent Hyde Ra to guide us in this time of turmoil.
Oh shit, I know what happens with Juniper. Well, Juniper finds that para unit and is going to set that going, but I don't think that's the first thing that happens. Juniper is smart enough to realize, even though she knows what happened, she's one person. She's not going to be able to go after the Lord Regent, but she knows how the reticulum works. And I think Juniper is going to have to start working on a revolt, and that's when, at some point, she's going to find the para unit and is going to, realizes she needs a figurehead. And the queen is gone, and the king is dead. And the only person that could maybe save the people, because at the moment they might be happy, but she sees the writing on the wall. So she is going to stay, and she is going to keep an eye on this Lord Regent, and she is going to protect the people, whatever it costs her.
I think my situation is pretty obvious. Currently,
Oh, really?
Hyde Ra.
We couldn't guess.
Hyde Ra is the regent of Elsinore. He keeps the trade agreements up. He restores relations with the planet Bounty, and he is rich.
Yeah.
There's no one richer than the king.
Fuck off.
And sometime later, he thinks, man, it might be useful to have a living member of the Oriole family to, kind of drum up additional support for the throne, to keep things... some people, they like a return to form. So I'm going to send that Linwood guy, have him find Andreas Oriole for me. Keep him safe. We don't need him yet. Just in case we ever do, I want to know where he is.
Fucking hide.
Zach, at some
we
point...
need more villains.
Yeah. Zach, at some point, though, you and I need to figure out a conversation between Minos and Juniper as a synthetic, because I really want to figure out what that conversation sounded like.
Oh, yeah.
Meridian.
Right.
So,
Or
yeah.
Queen Fatima.
I think I'll go next because Meridian's is a good ending.
Yes.
It's definitely... I mean, Zach brought up the possibility that she could still be alive somewhere. But I think, for all intents and purposes, the queen was killed while down visiting Bounty. And in the, in the cinematic version of this, they have, the shot going off against her husband and her at the same time, but you don't know, you see him fall and you can see her fall into the ocean, but you don't know what that means. And who knows what's in the deep oceans of Bounty, or if unexplored islands, because it's a big planet. It's a big watery planet. And we've all seen Waterworld.
It's full of fish. I haven't.
Oh man,
But
I'm waiting for the remake of Waterworld. They did Mad Max. Where's my Waterworld remake?
I do love a That Man Is Dead.
And Meridian.
So, Meridian takes the baby. I don't know exactly what the timeline here looks like. I don't know how long this is after Andreas's birthday.
I was thinking that it was probably... I mean, if the tower is complete, it's been... I was going to say, at least, a few years that this timeline would take place over.
Yeah.
Logically, it would make sense for the scale.
Yeah. Scale-wise, that's really good because that means, like, Andreas is at an age where he would remember Meridian at this point, too.
Mm-hmm.
Not well, but he would remember snatches of this. So Meridian takes him and is kind of like, we're gonna go visit my mom and dad.
Mm.
And this is like, well, your mom is down planet side, we'll go visit my mom and dad. Don't worry, I've cleared it with them. We'll just have some fun, just the two of us, no adults around. You know, it'll be great.
Yeah.
And
he gets to hang out with his cool older cousin. He's so
yeah,
stoked.
and it's like so much fun. And Meridian is kind of like, yeah, like we'll have cake for dinner.
No.
And they get the news. Everything goes down. Everything goes down while they're in transit, so they don't get the news until they reach Meridian's parents. God, Meridian is like, it's hard because Meridian doesn't want to lie to Davy, but it is very, very hard to
Yeah,
be like
this 6-year-old.
to like
this
sit this
point.
child down and be like, but it has to be done, and he does it, and it sucks. And Mab and I were talking a little bit behind the scenes. So Meridian gives Andreas the name Davy Jane, and he picks up one of his own aliases. But something happens. I don't know 100% what, but he ends up having to leave Davy at the below, and he has to go away for a while. And it's hard because it's probably a criminal thing, and he doesn't want to because he's the only family that Davy's got left. And he's promised his aunt that he would protect Davy with his life. But there's this hot-headed gang leader there. She'll look after Davy, and Davy can take care of himself. And before he goes, Meridian, here's how this goes slightly wrong, because Meridian knows how to break the reticulum. But he's trying to do it quietly and carefully, and so he doesn't quite do it right. So it still kind of works, but kind of like a badly tuned radio. But it's safer if it doesn't work for Davy, because then no one will know where he came from, and no one will be able to find him. And so he goes, and he's, doing his best, and he's checking in every now and then, but it starts getting harder and harder. And he's getting he has to get further and further away. But he is going to go back. Someday. He's going to go back for Davy someday. Hopefully someday soon, though, because he's starting to hear whispers about what's going on back at Elsinore, and it's not good.
Yeah, baby.
Man.
That's not even me getting into what's going on with Linwood.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna touch that.
Meridian can find out about that later.
Yep.
Next time in the Flotsam
Yeah.
Files, a family reunion.
Just because my brain likes to tie neat ends off where possible, the thought, because obviously Davy Jane doesn't know who he is in Flotsam, the thought that, like, disabling the reticulum maybe did a little bit of damage to not have context for memories, like being able to remember parents vaguely, but not knowing.
Oh, but not being able to remember Elsinore.
Yeah, because the reticulum is so connected to what Elsinore is.
Yeah.
And then also, Meridian probably also just not telling.
Yeah.
Like, we'll let it slip by the wayside.
I have very vivid memories of that time in my life, so it's just like I'm trying to think of a way why Davy Jane might not remember.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, and my reasoning for why Juniper only had a baby picture of Davy Jane to give Minos, I like the thought that maybe the baby was born, there was announced we have a child, and then Davy Jane was maybe kept very away from the public in the way that some celebrities don't let their kids' faces be on Instagram and stuff like that.
Yes.
So it was literally the only picture that Juniper had, just like, this is not old enough, but this is all I've got. Like,
Yeah.
the only publicly available picture that she has or can get access to was that one.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
Yeah.
Originally, and this could get cut out later, originally Mab had suggested that Meridian was the one who hired Minos, but Juniper hiring Minos is also good. Meridian can think of another thing to do to try and track down, well, Meridian knows where the below is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and he knows that Davy was on the below, at the very least, because that's where he left him. So he
Good place
doesn't
to
need
start.
to hire Minos.
Oh, this is fun.
He might need to hire someone else, though. I'll think about that.
Next time on the Flats Invest. But let's do an outro.
All right.
Please.
Yeah, we gotta,
Oh my God.
I gotta
As
go
it's-
take care of my dogs.
Yeah,
We're all dying.
As it's 20 to 1 in the morning for me.
It's been 5 hours, fam.
It's
5 hours. and 2
Wow!
minutes.
It's gonna be a very, very long season finale,
the
but it's
people
gonna
are
be great.
getting their money's worth.
I hope you
Oh,
will.
the people are so getting
Yes,
money's
it's
worth.
free.
Good
Um,
fucking luck, Mab.
Well,
Look
this
at
is why I
this.
dropped 32.
Look at this. Look at how big this is.
That'd be huge. All
Look at
right.
his words.
Anyway,
Close this out.
thanks.
Outros.
Thanks.
Outro.
I don't know what our outro is. We've been Follow the Leader. Follow us on Twitter and the universe at large at FTLcast. Patreon.com/FTLcast. I'm Mab. We're all emotionally dead inside. You can find me on Twitter at LittleLadyMab. Next up.
I've been Kales. This sure was a thing that we just did. You can find me on Twitter at Citadel of Swords. You can find my games at citadelofswords.itch.io. Yeah, that's me.
I continue to be Jade. You can find me on Twitter at Jade Oxford Rose, and I'm going to plug our not quite sibling podcast, The Room Where It Happened, because I've been listening to a bunch of their content and it's very good. And you should also listen to Dumb Kids Play Hero, because that is awesome, and I'm very upset and invested already. Go listen to our friends play podcasts.
I'm on Dumb
And
Kids
also
Playing
Kales
Hero.
in Dumb Kids Playing Hero. If you like
Kales
Kales
is-
and want to hear
Kales
more
is
of
not a
Kales,
friend, but... yeah, if you want more me.
I have been Zachary Frederickson, and your villain for this evening. You can find me on Twitter at
You did so good at it, though.
Yeah. It's important for us to have someone to hate.
yes.
Obviously the guy, that's all I got. Have a great night.
Let's
Or
clap.
morning, whenever time it is for you.
Let's
Yeah.
just skedaddle.
Yep.
Let's clap.
Let's clap. Yeah.
45?
45.
45.
Hi, it's Dora, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on iTunes, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about our show using the FTLcast hashtag. No, seriously, we crave the validation and it helps us out. Your support really means a lot. Thanks again!